Hello friends, welcome to my channel Lifelong Learning. A chart is a tool you can use in Excel to communicate data graphically. Charts allow your audience to see the meaning behind the numbers and they make showing comparisons and trends much easier. Excel has a variety of chart types, each with its own advantages. You can choose the one that most effectively represents your data. In this video, we are going to see how to create column charts and its variants. Column charts are great to show change over time because it is easy to compare column lengths. Column charts can plot both nominal and ordinal data. They use vertical bars to represent data. They can work with many different types of data, but they are most frequently used for comparing information. It can be used to either compare categorized data for one dataset or to compare categorized data across multiple datasets. Let us understand the usage of column charts with some examples. We will start with a simple example. In this example, we had given a product and current year sales. Product has got 4 products A, B, C, D and the corresponding profits. This is called category and this is called data set. Here you have one category and you have got one data set. So to plot that in column chart, select the data, go to Insert tab and select this column. You have 3 variants here. First we are going to select the clustered column. You get a simple chart, categories in the x-axis and values in the y-axis. When you select the bar, you get the respective value. So this bar is for product A with the value 800. Suppose you have one more data series depicting the last year profit. Now you have 2 bars for each product. One represents the last year profit and the other represent this year profit. I want to display this year profit first and then the last year profit. Without making changes in the data, you can make changes in the chart. Go to Design tab, select Data. In the legend entries, select the current year and click this Move Up button. Give OK. Now you can see that current year profit is displayed first, followed by the last year. What if I want to compare the profit of products for the 2 years? I want this current year and last year comes in the horizontal axis and product A, B, C, D goes to this legend. So this is called legend. Now select the chart, switch row and column. So you have last year and current year. For last year you have got the profit of the 4 products and current year profit of the 4 products. In the second example, we have a company where you have got 4 regions and the sales of 4 quarters are given. Sales or profit of 4 quarters are given. So A is the category, B, C, D, E are the data series. A column chart can facilitate the comparison. Go to Insert, Column. Now see the categories are plotted in the x-axis and the values in the y-axis. Now you can easily compare each region sales within the quarters due to the proximity of the bar with one another. You can format the vertical axis. Either you can select it here or go to the layout and you can select it here. Then format selection. Set the maximum. Here it is given as 250. We just change it to 200. If you want, you can change the major unit and the minor unit also. So it is changed. The y-axis value is changed. The bars can be drawn closer, overlapping, or separated using the format data series. You can change this series overlap so that they are all separated, or if you want you can overlap. Similarly, you can change the gap width also. But what if I want to show the quarterly contribution to the total sales of each region? I don't want the individual bars like this. I want one bar for each region, and the bar should show the contribution of each quarter. You can go for the next type of chart, which is nothing but stacked chart. I just minimize this for effective comparison. I select the data, insert, column, stacked bar, stacked column chart. You can see that you have got 4 bar. Each bar is for quarters. Suppose you can change this, switch row and column. Now you can see that you have got 4 regions. For each region you have got 1 bar, and it is separated into 4 parts. Each part representing the quarter. This is for the second quarter. This is for the fourth quarter. So the stacked column chart is beneficial to compare as well as for the part to whole relationship. This is the whole thing and these are all the parts. So both column chart and the stacked column chart has got bars. But here you have got individual bars for the different quarters. Here you have one bar denoting the quarters. So you can say that this stacked column chart is a combination of the column chart as well as a pie chart. The stacked column charts work better when you want to compare the whole and distinct parts. Suppose you want to display the total of each region at the top of the bar. So insert a column here, sum of all the quarters. Format painter. I just remove these both the charts. Now I select the whole data, insert. You can see that this blue represents the total. So you can add data labels. The labels are in the middle of the bar. I can just change this format data label so that the label position is inside base, or it can be inside end also. Format data series, fill, no fill. Now the total of each region is displayed at the top of each bar. Suppose you want to compare the percentage of each quarter contributing to the total across the regions. Format axis, Excel, 800. Right click, add data labels. For all the series, I just add the data labels. Instead of the number, I want to print the percentage. So what should I do? Copy the data, place it somewhere here. Now this data is used for calculating the percentage of the East quarter 1 data with the total. So here I add a total row. Auto sum. I drag this data. I drag the formula here and copy the format equal to 100 divided by this 511. So it is B2 divided by B6. But I want this B6 to be in the mixed reference so that I can copy the formula to the entire range. So to make it as mixed reference, I have to press the function key F4 2 times. This is first time, $B$6. When I press it again, you get B$6. This is what I want. Now I drag the formula across the column as well as for all the rows. Now select these data, convert it into percentage. Now for this 100 East first quarter, select only one data label, then go to the formula bar, give equal to and select the cell corresponding to the East quarter 1. You get 20% here. For this 200, this is the East second quarter. Select one data label, go to the formula bar, equal to East second quarter. Likewise, you can select each one of the data labels and give the reference to the particular cell. Suppose I change this value 200 to 300. You can see that automatically the percentage is changed here. Now we are going to see the last type of column chart. Okay, this is an ordinary stacked column. Select the data. This is 100% stacked. Both are same except for this vertical axis. Here you got values, but here in 100% stack, all the values are converted to 100%. You can switch the row and column. So you can see that for East you have got 100%. Out of that, each box represents the sales at 1 quarter. Now we'll see the another variation of this data. Here we have got the sales of the region for 4 quarters. But here we have got 2 years. For each year you have got 2 regions and for 4 quarters. I just want this year and this east and west to come in the horizontal axis. So first I select the data, insert, column. We have given the stacked column. Instead of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I want this 2019 and 20 to come here, east, west also. So I go for the select data. Now select this edit horizontal axis labels. It's asking you to select the label range. The label range is nothing but this 2019 to 20 east, west. Give OK. Here you can see that this 2019-20 east west is printed in the horizontal axis. Now you can see that you have got in the design menu change chart type. You can change this chart type to anything else. So you can go for line chart also. Here it is meaningless because we have got you can change the vertical axis to 1600. This is to save as a template. We have seen the switching row and column and selecting the data. And selecting the data, you can change the position also. Then the layout. This is for selecting a particular element and making the format selection. And this is for inserting the picture shapes. This is for inserting the labels. You can add the chart label. You can add the axis titles. You can give for the horizontal axis or the vertical axis. In the horizontal axis, you want it below the axis. In the vertical, whether you want to have the rotated title, vertical title or horizontal title. Similarly, we can add for legend also. Where do you want the legend to be printed? At the right or at the top? The legend is printed here, or you can print it at the bottom also. Similarly, we can add the data labels and data table. You can print the data table below the chart. This is for formatting the axis and grid lines and for plot area. And this is for adding the trend lines or up down bars and error bars. In the next video we are going to see how to add the error bar and trend line. And here you can change the chart name. In format, this is for selecting the particular element and making some formatting. Hope you enjoyed the session on creating column chart. If you like this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up. share it with your friends, and hit the subscribe button and bell icon to get notification whenever I release a new video. Thank you.